Hello and welcome back to our channel. Number 1. Carmel Convent. Although this convent hasn't had a roof since it collapsed during the 1755 earthquake that destroyed Carmel Convent, is regarded as Lisbon's most charming church. It currently serves as a memorial and a reminder of the earthquake. The stunning medieval arches still exist and look as attractive as they did earlier, while manually windows and other embellishments were added later in the 16th and 18th centuries. Much of the construction dates back to the 14th century. If you look hard, you notice two unsettling South American mummies, a male and a female from Peru. Visitors can read on a stone beside the entry that Pope Clement VII allowed 40 days of indulgence to any devout Christian who visits the church. A 15-minute projection outlining the convent's history in Portuguese and English is displayed in one of the museum's chambers. São Jorge Castle. São Jorge Castle, also known as St. George's Castle, one of Lisbon's oldest assets, is located at the summit of a hill in the Alfama district. The most visited site in the city remembers the time when the Moors ruled Lisbon. The Portuguese ruled the castle until the early 16th century after pushing the Moors out in 1147. Today it is a museum with archaeological artifacts in the royal quarters. The castle walls and battlements provide genuinely spectacular views. It is now a place where you can take in heritage, learn a little about Lisboa's history, explore the remains of the Moorish neighborhood, stroll through the gardens, stop for a break and the Café del Castello, or take part in other activities that will truly refresh your mind. Number 3. LX Factory. The textile manufacturing facility, known as Companhia de Fiaco e Tecidos Lisbonenses, was established in Alcantara, Lisbon in 1846. The industrial complex was one of the most significant projects the city had ever seen, with a total area of 23,000 meters square. After 50 years, the company chose to relocate, and other new companies since took advantage of the favorable location and facilities, including industrial typographies. Fast forward to the late 20th century when the area was a rundown, deserted and decaying inner-city neighborhood in serious need of renovation. A private investor decided to take on the task of developing something fresh out of almost 100 years of history and outcome. LX Factory is now one of the top attractions in Lisbon. More than 200 enterprises call the area home today, including cafes, restaurants, design studios, showrooms, retail stores, offices, and other ventures directly related to the area's distinctive cultural and artistic status. Number 4. Belém Tower. The Belém Tower, which stands in the shallow waters near the entrance of the river Tagus, as a representation of Portugal's remarkable age of discovery in the 16th century, is arguably the most iconic of all of Lisbon's historical landmarks. Also called the Tower of St. Vincent, the majestic tower, which dates to 1515, was constructed to protect Lisbon from invaders and to welcome visitors. The building features stonework themes that go back to the age of the discoveries, including Catholic crosses of Christ, Lisbon's patron St. Vincent, and the rhinoceros. The site is so distinctive that UNESCO designated it as a World Heritage Site. The Belém Tower is divided into several artistic floors. However, the most intriguing feature of it is the second floor King's Chamber, which opens onto a Renaissance loggia. Number 5. Lisbon Bridge. The Lisbon Bridge is the longest suspension bridge in Europe and is sometimes referred to as the 25 de Abril Bridge or Ponte 25 de Abril. There are two levels: the upper level that was erected in 1999 for vehicles and the bottom tier that was added for trains. Building the flyover took almost 4 years, also called Salazar Bridge, named after Antonio de Oliveira Salazar, the ruler of Portugal all the way to 1974. It was opened on August 6, 1966. The bridge was named on April 25th, following the Carnation Revolution, which took place in 1974 and resulted in the overthrow of Salazar's government. The San Francisco Bridge's designer from the American Bridge Company constructed the Lisbon Bridge, which explains the resemblance of both bridges and why they are frequently compared. Number 6. Cascais Marina.